The demo was impressive. The case studies looked relevant. The sales team knew their material. 3 months into the engagement, it was clear the vendor had no real experience in her industry, could not explain how their model made decisions in plain language, and had never thought about what a proper handover would look like at the end of the project. She was not naive. She had done her due diligence. She just done it in the wrong things. I am Hari from Do Systems. We build and implement AI systems for businesses. And vendor selection is the conversation we have with almost every prospective client, because the cost of choosing the wrong is not just the engagement fee, it's the rebuild cost of starting over. Today, I want to walk you through 9 questions that actually predict whether an AI engagement will work. Software vendor selection is relatively forgiving. If a tool does not perform, you switch. AI engagements carry a significantly higher switching cost because the vendor builds the systems embedded in your data and processes. A bad selection costs not just the fee, but the time, disruption, and rebuild cost of starting it again. IBM's 2025 cost of a data breach report found that 13% of the organizations reported breaches involving AI models or applications, and 97% of those organizations lacked proper AI access controls. Security is not a peripheral concern in AI vendor selection. It is a central one. Question 1. Reference customers in your specific industry and at your scale, not analogous industries, not enterprise references when you are mid-market. Ask for 3 customers who will speak to you. If the vendor cannot produce them, they have not built for businesses like yours. Question 2. Data handling. Will your data be used to train or improve models that serve other customers? The answer should be an unambiguous no, in writing. Ask for the data processing agreement before negotiating a price. A vendor who says they are working on it does not have it. Question 3. Technical transparency. Ask the vendor to explain how their system makes decisions in plain language. Not a technical deep dive, a clear explanation a business leader can understand. If they cannot do this, you cannot oversee the system responsibly. Question 4. Security certifications. SOC 2 Type 2 report. BAA if you are in healthcare. Ask now, not after the contract. A vendor who says they will get it to you later does not have it. Question 5. Integration experience. Ask for specific examples or completed integrations with systems similar to yours. Integration complexity is one of the most consistent underestimates in AI projects. Vendors who have solved it speak about it specifically. Those who have not speak about it theoretically. Question 6. Knowledge transfer. What do you own at the end of the engagement? What documentation is provided? What training does your team receive? A vendor who builds a black box creates a permanent dependency. That is a commercial relationship they have every incentive to maintain. Question 7. Post-deployment support. How does the vendor handle the performance degradation after go live? AI systems are not static. A vendor with no post-deployment monitoring model is handling you a maintenance requirement they have not prepared you to meet. Question 8. Total cost of ownership. Ask how pricing has changed for comparable engagements over the past 2 years. Get compute costs, integration costs, and ongoing maintenance fees in writing. Vendors vague about total costs are almost always more expensive than the initial proposal. Question 9. Outcome orientation. Ask how the vendor defines the project success. A vendor who responds with only technical metrics, accuracy, uptime, response time, has a different definition of success than you do. That misalignment surfaces at the worst possible time. At Do Systems, we are happy to answer all 9 of these questions directly. If another vendor in your evaluation cannot, that is the information worth having before you commit. Subscribe more. Every week we cover real AI implementation strategies.